Okay, in this video we've got the counterpart to the purple laptop, the HP one. Although this one's marked as a HP 15-P199 SA. So we're just going to give everything a good clean down, make sure it's all good, put it all back together, and then give it a test and see if it works. Obviously a lot of its parts have been pilfered for the other one, but hey, I reckon there's life in this one. We'll just get that thermal paste cleaned up, get a fresh gob on there. Gonna start with the heatsink and sort of grill bit. Just gonna get all the dust out of there, clean off the thermal paste off the heatsink, and then move on to the fan. Give that a good clean down, get all the dust from out there, and then we'll move on to the CPU. Okay, I'm just going to give the inside of the sort of housing a clean, get rid of all the dust. Certainly built up a fair amount. Right, now that's cleaned, I'm just going to slowly start to reassemble, get that all sort of plugged back in and lined up. I'm also going to give the charger port a good clean out as well, just to make sure that there's nice connection when you plug it in. That goes on the bottom of the board, so I'm glad I haven't put any screws in it yet. I have put 8 GB of RAM in it. It is mismatched, so not really much I can do about that. It's the only stick I'd line about. So just going to put it back together, plug everything in, give it a test and see if it works. Okay, I'm just taking the hinges out now so that I can give them a good clean down and a good soaking in oil. I've got 3 in 1. Haven't really got anything better at the moment. but hey, it will do. This is, after all, a bit of a janky, it's a janky laptop with a janky job being done. Okay, so I'm just going to give them a clean down with alcohol first, just to get as much grime off of them as possible. Give it a clean down with a toothbrush, just get all that nasty out there. Okay, I left them to soak for a bit, and they seem to be better than they were. So just going to screw them back in. And I've already reinstalled the sort of optical drive. Just screwing the back plate to the back screen lid, sorry. Screwing that back in there, and then I'm going to attach the screen. I haven't got a working screen, so what I'm having to use is and about half of it works, so it's going to be interesting installing anything on that or going through any menus. What I may end up doing is just using its external graphics. It's got HDMI input, so just plug that in and use a telly or something or a monitor. Okay, on this one the hinges actually snap, so what I'm having to do is just super glue it and a slight bit of epoxy in place just to make sure it doesn't go anywhere. So I'm just mixing up my trusty epoxy from Poundland. Can't beat the price. I'm also putting a massive blob in the middle as well, in where that screw should be. There should be a mounting point for it, but I think that was snapped off, so just going to bodge that up with a bit of epoxy. And a bit on the other side just to make that nice and secure. And then I'm going to leave that to dry. I'm going to leave it for the full 24 hours, I think. Okay, now that's set. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to reroute this. Okay, after enough messing about with that, finally going to plug the screen in, get that screwed into its place, and put the keyboard back on. Yeah, obviously I need to put a hard drive in. Okay, so I seem to have lost the rest of the footage, but that did test fine. It powered on. I managed to get it to boot. Managed to get it to install an operating system. Everything else about it seemed right. It does need a few things, like a screen, probably the new back panel, maybe even probably just a housing just to be safe. It needs a fair few things to do to it to make it a fully functioning laptop, but apart from that, it's working. So thank you very much. Have a great day. Please like and subscribe for more.